Snacks.
What it do, Loading Snacks Universe. Hey, we back here for round two. WrestleMania predictions here. Your boy Jokes is in the building. We got the homies you remember. We got Sean, we got Marcus in the building. And we got the homie BP in the building for night two. What's going on, man?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, so
Oh boy.
we're here for night two predictions. But before we get into it, let's just go ahead and little small opinions on night one. I gotta say, night one overall was pretty solid. I really don't have any complaints about night one. I think we all got a lot of what we wanted to see. And overall, I think the show was decent. I only think there was like one area where there was a little iffiness, but other than that, I think the show was pretty solid.
That's contagious.
My man Sin in the chat there. What up, Sin?
Yeah,
What up, Sin?
Night one was great. Like I said, everything that needed to happen happened. Minus that tag team turmoil match. I said that. I said that out loud. I'm sorry.
Ooh, buddy.
Yeah,
Tag team debauchery. That's what we should call it.
tag team debauchery.
We won't even give that match
Tag team
a whole.
kerfuffle.
We won't even give that a whole thing.
Yeah.
But I think overall, though, we're in agreement. So the night one was solid. I think we're all in agreement there.
Yeah, it was all about the how, and yeah, they definitely came through on the how.
Dig it. So now here's the question of all questions. I'm gonna put this up. So we all made our predictions. And we actually ended up having a tie. And it was actually not bad. Me and Marcus hit some decent predictions. You came a little short, Sean. I mean, you had one decision that you could have sided with us.
I could have.
But either way, it was kind of that.
Join the dark side, Sean. Just join the dark side.
Technically, I was on the dark side because I was the one that didn't have faith in WWE to pull it off. So
No, because we both said the same thing in that match, though. Like, we both said that Braun Strowman Shane McMahon match could have went 100%.
I really just thought, I'm like, listen, brother, McMahons are just they're dastardly, bro.
But I'll give you props because both of y'all called exactly what was going to happen. And there was some interference. We didn't think it was going to happen right before the match even started.
Bro,
and Braun getting beat down.
Twice it happened.
But it happened. But still, sadly, Shane took the dive off the top of the cage, and he couldn't come back from that. I thought my man Braun was going to climb out the cage. He climbed the whole cage and got to the top. And I thought he was about to swan dive off of it, and that was going to be the worst thing that you could have possibly done, or my man was going to climb out the cage. But nah, he climbed down and then continued to beat the holy hell out of it.
Braun didn't know if he wanted to choke slam Shane or shove him off the cage. He was just like, you know what? We're just going to do a little bit of both.
But
finish it off with a pinfall because,
dig it.
Power slam might have been overkill.
Ooh. A little bit, but I don't. Steel cage matches ending in pinfalls, just weird.
I know it's weird.
Where do I have to time travel back to make sure that they don't make that decision?
I'm good with the door. You struggling to get out the door, or trying to get out over top of the cage.
Pinfalls is just too much.
Might as well just have a regular singles match. Your mic, bro. Like, I've been waiting like a month for this mic.
All right, bet. So
all right, what's up?
So night one's in the past. So we all know that was pretty solid. So let's go ahead and shift. Now we will see how after night two our predictions line up. Now I'll tally the night two predictions up by themselves. But since we got BP in the mix, we'll have a victor kind of for night two just by itself as well. But I think just for fun, BP made a good idea. I think maybe the main event, whichever match, I think we know which one is going to close out the night. But whichever one closes out the night, I think we should award triple points for. I think that's how it should go, and we can see if maybe BP can overtop us all for it. But it depends. We'll see if we end up picking the same one. It ain't gonna make a difference anyway. But
right.
So let's go ahead. Let's kick off night two. We'll do the exact same thing. We'll start with the non-title matches, and then we'll work our way up to the championships. So first match on the docket to go through. We're gonna talk about Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn with Logan Paul in tow behind him. This is becoming a thing now. Socials just showing up on the show, but we shall see. But let's start with you, BP. You in the building? Let's who you think we're gonna have for this match to pull it out?
I mean, what is Sami Zayn's main thing? The WWE's out to get him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he loses constantly and never really hurts him. So I'm gonna say Kevin Owens is gonna win this, just so Sami Zayn can complain about it on Raw or SmackDown.
Keep the complaining going.
Yeah. So
I dig
Kevin
it.
Owens.
Marcus, what you got?
Well, normally I would be with BP and say Kevin Owens, but he has the YouTube celebrities in his corner. And
that's what makes it so hard.
And like WWE has a very predictable track record when it comes to celebrities and giving the person who has the celebrities their push. So I'm going to say Sami because I don't remember him ever winning a WrestleMania or being in WrestleMania. So
I heard that.
I'll say Sami just because.
Don't worry, hold on. No, there's going to be a whole segment thing we're going to have for Bianca. Don't worry. Right, that's going to get its own thing on this. So you don't worry. That's going to have its own thing. We're going to get through this. That's going to have its own thing played on here. All right, best. So Marcus, you want
with my hair back and forth. Yeah.
Before we, I had no idea that her hair is actually a damn whip. Yeah. I'm sorry. Bro. When she hit Sasha with her hair, the sound it sounded worse than any kendo stick.
You thought that it was a sound effect that they was playing through the speakers.
No.
That was real.
And Sasha had the scar.
I don't think that was playing.
I guarantee it.
That's there.
I don't think that was playing.
Hey, Sin,
I think she actually got. She got tired of her pulling her hair. She was like, "Yo, this shit hurt, man."
Stop. Hey, Sin, this is one of those moments where like the anime character gets the scar. Like I feel like she's gonna get this. This is gonna stay for a while, and she's gonna sell it. That was just sidebar. We'll come back to that though.
Yeah, I say Sami.
Cool. Sean, who you got?
I think I'm gonna have to go with. This is another one of those coin flips, but I gotta go with Sami because he hasn't had a win in a while, and even if he wins, I feel like there's still gonna be something for him to complain about, because I don't think that they'll have Logan Paul on there for absolutely nothing. So they have to have him involved, and it's probably gonna involve in a win, but she's still gonna get stunned at the end of the night. I know that for a fact.
Wait, joke. The last time KO and Sami won, didn't KO get put over?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I feel like. They just
I keep my choice. Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I think so.
I believe so. I'm actually going to side with BP, and I'm going to give this one to Kevin Owens. I'm going to be honest with you. Even having the social guys out there, I think they're going to end up possibly flipping the script. I don't know. I think Sami is going to end up like yelling at them or something. They're going to do something wrong. Sami's going to take it out of them. I think they are going to be the key factor in this match. I think they are going to be it, but I don't think it's going to go the way that Sami wants it. Like, I like complaining Sami. So I think Sami's got to lose this, and so we keep complaining Sami going. And just like I said, he'll find something else to latch on to, or maybe Kevin and Sami bury the hatchet, and maybe we get them back as a tag team again, like the best friends, the whole thing. I don't know. Maybe we'll get them back again, but I'm saying Kevin Owens for this. I think he's got to get his WrestleMania moment. I hope I don't know if he's going to jump off the boat. I know that was the plan last year, but of course it didn't happen. So I don't know how that's going to play out, but we shall see if my man decides to jump off the giant pirate ship on the stage. All right. So I dig that. So we got 2 for Kevin, 2 for Sami. So we're going to have some right and wrongs here. So we shall see who's going to get this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next match. This one, a lot of people I think really are indifferent about seeing this match. I personally want to see how this match is going to play out. It's honestly right now two of my favorite people in WWE, but The Fiend versus Randy Orton. If you guys don't know this by now, character or not, I love Randy Orton, and I'm very much so looking forward to this match. We know it's not going to be a cinematic thing since we got the live audience back. This is going to be a regular traditional match. So I see some underhanded tactics and things going on here. Alexa is still going to play in the mix somehow, some shape or form. But I'm going to put my eggs in the basket. You see, I'm struggling here. I'm a little on both sides right now. But I'm going to give it to the Randy Orton. I think the Fiend just can't get a break and win anything. And I think we probably are going to continue on this. And I think we'll see the rebirth of Bray Wyatt come back from this and maybe run in that shape. But I think Randy is going to win this, and I think we're going to get him set up to probably eventually challenging for the Universal Championship or the WWE Championship again. I wouldn't mind seeing him and Bobby Lashley. I think that could be kind of interesting, whether it's a win or lose. But my eggs are going in Randy Orton's basket. Marcus, let's go to you this time.
God damn it!
You still over there trying?
I'm crunching numbers right now.
Hey, go ahead and crunch. You saw me working through it. I was working through it here.
Man. The Fiend. I think the Fiend lost his last WrestleMania appearance.
No, he beat John Cena.
John Cena.
It was the cinematic thing last year.
That doesn't count.
Why doesn't it count?
That's not an actual match.
It was a match.
It's not.
I'm sure they added AJ Styles to fucking Undertaker's record.
Oh, that definitely got it added.
It's definitely getting added.
It didn't matter, but he got added.
Right. Look.
You know what? In the RKO, I trust. In the RKO, I trust.
RKO, I trust. All right.
In the RKO, I trust.
We got two. We got two on the bank for Randy. Sean, what you got?
So my thing with this is WWE's inability to do anything with the Fiend after a W, or pretty much like where the hell else you going to go with Randy Orton from this?
Well, he can beat Flair's record. So
beat Flair's record. So it's just like, so what? But what do you do with the Fiend's character if he doesn't win this match? Because all right, a man just got set on fire, get a whole bunch of cartoonish supernatural stuff, made this big hoopla about it. What are you going to do with it? Because if he doesn't win, it's just like, well, now you gotta retire the character damn near, because it doesn't work. Like it just doesn't work after that. So for the sake of keeping the Fiend around, I'm going to say the Fiend, because I just can't imagine getting set on fire and then coming back and losing the match. Maybe.
Hey, it works for Kane.
I'm about to say maybe, because this is a regular singles match, which also I don't understand. I'm still kind of confused about that. But since they're going to have a regular singles match, maybe Fiend gets to win via DQ, or Randy gets to win via DQ, but he gets violated. That might be the whole plan. I'm going to go with the Fiend.
Got the Fiend. All right, so we got 2 for Randy, 1 for the Fiend. BP, you gonna keep it going, or you gonna tie it up here? Which one you got?
I think you hit it on the head. What the Fiend can't lose again. Like, if they want to keep this character going, like, they've literally burned him alive. Like, they have to do something with him. And at this point, they've attached Alexa Bliss to his boat. If that boat goes down, what do they do with her?
Right.
So
right, it's too much invested.
I also think that since we have fans back, they could do this holy shit moment because it is a regular match where they have a second Fiend. And that confuses Orton, or he RKO's the wrong Fiend, or something.
There was a rumor going around that maybe this Fiend per se is someone else, and the real one is coming back tonight.
Bo Dallas.
Yeah, Bo Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
I don't know. That would be interesting.
Somehow.
That definitely would be interesting. My man, London.
I should rephrase. I think the Fiend has to win.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Sen said, Fiend all day. I mean,
man, like, just imagine if they did this with the Undertaker.
We wanted that so bad.
They did it with Kane. Like, Kane's fine.
Kane. Okay, Kane was different. Kane was different because they didn't have all the botch stuff like before that. Yeah, they burned Kane alive, but they also didn't have him losing the whatchamacallit, having like the Hell in a Cell fiasco like with Seth Rollins. I didn't have anything like that before that. The whole thing with the Fiend is like, you know, he's new, and on top of that, he's new to this kind of generation. So you can't fumble the rock on that, or else they'll never take anything like the Undertaker seriously again after that. You feel me?
Dig it. So Fiend, definitely I agree. Fiend is in a place where he's got to pull a victory out. I would be real interested. Like, I think that would be a cool scenario where if we do have two Fiends show up and causes that type of confusion, like that could be interesting. Like, I always thought Alexa at some point when they was doing in between where the Fiend got burned alive and went away, I thought Bray was going to take over her body and she was going to be Bray. Like, I thought that's where it was going to go to, and then we were going to have the true, like, the Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss type of thing.
That would have been.
But I don't know. Like, the Fiend had the potentials of being the most dominant thing that WWE could have produced. Like, whether it was he was just unbeatable. I mean, I get when he lost as Bray Wyatt. Like, I can live with that. But the Fiend just didn't get touched, and he just had this like endless win streak. I thought that was what the idea was going to be, but
then they did too much of it. Too much of them.
Clearly, that went out the window. But you're right though. This is make or break for the Fiend, and sadly, as much as I think he's not going to win this match, if he doesn't pull this out, I don't know where the Fiend character goes from here. I think Randy's going to burn him alive again. Maybe this time he does some Full Metal Alchemist,
and he gets reincarnated as something else.
Hey, some Full Metal Alchemist type stuff. The Fiend goes away. Bray Wyatt comes back, and we find out like, oh, I was being controlled the whole entire time. Now I'm back to being normal Bray Wyatt. I don't know.
At that point, you've overwritten your story. Like when you've got to do this and connecting all these dots like that.
If broken Matt Hardy can do it, anybody can.
Hey, Matt's special. But when you get control over, I mean, I know the Fiend probably has that creative element. Bray has that creative element to himself a little bit, at least.
Maybe something, but at that
Matt
point,
had the control. So Matt had control to do what he wanted to.
At that point, you just have to want to believe, and you can only suspend disbelief for so much, honestly. So
you're right, but we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see. Now we're shifting. There's only 2 matches that aren't title matches on this card. So now everything else going forward is a title match. So let's go ahead and start first with Riddle versus Sheamus for the United States Championship. Let's go to you, Sean. Who do you think you got coming out with the victory for this one?
Well, they've clearly been behind Sheamus these last couple of months, I'll say. I know Matt Riddle has had, his stuff that's been out there. I don't really know the status of that because I just, I don't be keeping track of people's outside stuff like that. But could see a title change. I mean, it's just one of those things where.
That ain't who's that's like vacant.
I'm gonna go with Sheamus because I really feel like they might want to get the belt off of Riddle. But that's the only reason I can really say.
That's the only reason.
I don't really have anything outside of that.
Dig it.
Have they been like building towards this match at all, or was this just something that kind of just? That's
Sheamus
why.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really have any context to go off of to say. Yeah,
right now,
they literally pull Sheamus off of Drew. It was like, all right, Drew has to feud with Bobby. All right, so we need someone else for him to feud with because Keith Lee's not here. Oh, Matt Riddle just won the Intercontinental Championship from Bobby Lashley like not too long ago. All right, there we go. United States Championship.
That's pretty much what it is. So I mean, Sheamus.
All right, Sheamus. BP. Who you got?
This has been like the most confusing one because there's been almost no build whatsoever to it. I also don't think. I mean, last time I saw one, Riddle kicks off his slides. They put a 3D animation on it.
Yeah, with the birds.
Yeah, so they've invested something into him. I mean, they changed his name, so when you Google Riddle, Matt Riddle doesn't come up right away. So I think they're okay with what he's done outside the ring, or has allegedly done outside the ring. I don't think they're going to change. They changed both titles last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Riddle retains.
Dig it. Marcus.
Oh, I'm going with my number one bro, Matt Riddle.
There we go. That one, that wasn't even you didn't need time for that one. Nope.
I mean, I just like look at it and it's just like, all right, so they finally given him the push. He has the belt. All right, time for him to get his WrestleMania moment. Let him retain that Mania, and then next, maybe on Raw or next pay-per-view, he loses, and then he can go off and they can start building his character again. So I'm gonna say he retains.
Sheamus can take a loss.
Actually, yeah, you know what? Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna change mine to Sheamus.
We gotta change. We gotta change.
I have to check because when he said that, I was like, that makes a little bit more sense. Because now that we're talking about title changes and the amount that's already kind of happened, I think, yeah.
The change is that your final answer?
That is my final answer this time.
All right. I put a scratch.
Don't blame me if I'm wrong.
Hey, you got me.
I'm going to blame you if you're wrong. You know.
Well, I'm gonna round it out, and Riddle is also my pick as well too. Honestly, what BP said, Sheamus can take an L. Like I think he'll keep on trucking, but I think Riddle. I think people are behind him. I think he's got the charisma. He can do it. I love him on screen. Like I love seeing what he can do. He can back it up. I think Riddle is going to. I think he's going to hold the U.S. belt for a while. I think we'll see how things unfold. Especially Raw after Mania is going to be pretty crazy. So we can see what new people, new faces they add in to potentially compete with them. We know some NXT call probably happen, but I'm saying Riddle too. Sin is over here. Sin's going against everybody. So Sin's like Sheamus. So. Sin, hey, Sin, you keeping your own tallies over there? I haven't been writing yours down. Have you been keeping yours? It'll be in the chat either way, but keep your list too, because I'm interested to see if you end up doing this opposite of all of us and you actually come out with the best tally over here. But yeah, so all Riddle. I think now if he loses, then at least that one. We're all
all take the L.
All take the L on that one. So that was a good one. Now, next matchup, which I'm looking forward to, is for the Intercontinental Championship. Ooh. So we got Big E, current champion, versus Apollo Crews. Now, WWE put respect back on my man's name.
That's name is Sin.
He gave him his whole name back on it. He just don't like the name Riddle. Really? That's just.
Hey, they've done a DC theme for the last night. So come on, he's Riddle, the Riddler. Come on now, let's keep it going.
No,
we got the Joker. We've had Harley quit. It's not a reach. It's not a reach. It's not a reach.
I mean, hey, it could work. Just has to throw an R on the end of it. I mean,
surface level.
We had double poison ivy in the ring in that tag team match. Like, come on, son. Come on.
It could, but Big E and Apollo Crews. Like, I am now. This match, honestly, I'm kind of not mad at which way this match goes, but my pick and who I really want it to be is Apollo. My man has been. I like the character. I like what they're doing with him. But Apollo's been on the main roster for a while now and hasn't gotten a lot of gain leeway as far as being on the main roster.
This is a stipulation match too, right?
It is, yeah. It's the
Nigerian drum
match. You would have the drum there ready to go. So I'm not 100% sure.
Yesterday,
I'm still not 100% sure what this match is. Hey, this is a brand new match stipulation. Hey, I like new things.
I think it's just a street fight, and it's just been rebranded as a Nigerian drum fight because you can't have a street fight. I think they had a street fight the week that they announced it, and they didn't want to say, "Oh, we're having another one at WrestleMania." So that's probably what happened.
He is challenging for the throne.
He is challenging for that.
All I know is let's say it is a street fight. If there's not one drum somewhere that someone gets hit with, I have an issue.
That's a failure.
It's in the name of the match. You got to have at least one there somewhere. I don't care what type of drum it is. There should be at least one there somewhere. Plus, we didn't have live performances, so we know technically you probably can have some musical instruments in the back there somewhere.
Somebody got a bass drum back there.
What if a drum match is just a lumberjack match?
That would probably suck even.
I don't even think so, because I don't even know who you would have to be the lumberjack. You're going to call, I mean, now I will say this. There are definitely people backstage that I wasn't anticipating. Like when they opened night one and everybody was standing on stage, my man Jinder Mahal was standing up there. My man was in full gear. And I was like,
Mahal?
I figured it out.
Mahal was standing.
I did not see that.
Yeah. He was standing at the top in full gear. Full gear. So I don't know. My man better have some type of surprise.
Hey, someone had to be in those bunny suits.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it's a lumberjack match, it's the bunnies.
It's the bunnies. Oh, that
hey, hop hop.
That could be funny.
Hop hop.
All right, so let's switch. BP, who you got for this match?
It has to be Apollo, right? I mean, why else would it be a Nigerian drum match or whatever the shit it's called? Like, it has to be him. Like, they built him up to win this match. I mean, and they just stripped New Day of their titles to Andy and Amos. So they got to take it from Big E. I don't know. I feel like Apollo's got this.
Apollo's got this. Sean, who you got?
I'm going to have to go with Apollo because you cannot have a drastic character change like that. And he's already lost twice. And he's just been the only guy to just keep coming back. So it's just like since he's already lost twice, you can't have him lose a third time. Like,
particularly with the stipulation match named after his
specifically for him.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Apollo on this one. Apollo.
Dig it, Marcus. How would you like to round this out, sir? Uh oh.
But Big E has been given the push to go and break the ceiling and go after the title. But he would have to lose, or they can make him a dual champion, which I don't see them doing.
Nah. No, that's fan fiction realm. That is in the realm of fan fiction, sir.
They said that about Seth Rollins, and we're not going to talk about that.
Well, that Seth Rollins Cesaro match last night was pretty damn good.
Yeah,
it was.
They finally gave my boy the dub.
You know what? I'm gonna say Big E. I'm gonna say he retains.
Big E retains.
I mean, because if he were to lose it wouldn't hurt him. Like, I feel like he's defended it enough. You know, he is not like one loss is going to take him all the way down the card. Like, we know as soon as he drops that Intercontinental title, he's going up. So
we would think that, but this is Vince McMahon.
I mean,
hey, he likes New Day, so he likes New Day.
Yeah,
he's
going up, bro. Like, I don't think he's gonna. He may not win it immediately, but he's definitely. That's where his trajectory is.
I mean, Big E versus Lashley would
to the main event.
Big E versus Lashley would be interesting. Like,
me.
I will.
I mean, if the New Day is going to win the titles back from AJ and Omos, like, who's like, imagine that Hogan Andre type slam that Big E could give.
That could be it, and Big E is definitely can do that because he's done it in the past. So that would be. That could be
but this is Big E's first solo at WrestleMania.
So you think he's going to bring the stops and he's going to
retain? I
don't
feel like he is going to be selfish about that.
He's another guy that can take a loss.
Because
I feel like it's different when you're in a tag team, but this is like his champion defense at the grandest stage of them all.
Well, I'll put it like this. What would you rather have? You know, would you rather have lose the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania or win the WWE title at WrestleMania?
But
because I feel like that's more of his moment than the Intercontinental title being defended, you know, because he's going to defend it so many more times after that where it's just going to get lost in the sauce anyway. I feel like. So his actual, you know, WrestleMania moment, I feel like is going to come after he wins the Royal Rumble and goes on to face the WWE Universal title, Universal Champion, whoever that may be at the
time. Dig it. So this is another one. So 3 of us are going to go down in flames, or one person is going to be on top. I think that's the make or break match right there.
Yeah.
So
probably.
I'm eager to see how that one goes. All right, so let's move on. So the next match, which was 100% determined last night because of the tag team turmoil match that we really won't speak too much of, but this will be for the women's tag team championship between the champions Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Natalya and Tamina. Now, let me.
Hot money's on the Samoans.
Always.
This match is confused. Well, you got one on each end, so that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
That's what I was saying.
That doesn't work.
I was hoping he would have picked up on that, chap. I was hoping he would have picked up on that.
I don't know. This is the one that confuses me because it's like Natalya and Tamina have been this tag team for a very long time now. They've probably out of the batch, other than the Riot Squad, they are probably the one that have probably been together the longest out of them. So, but at the same time, this is Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler we're talking about here, and absolutely no one has been able to stop them. But for some reason, I'm thinking either it's going to be something underhanded, and maybe Natalya is about to make that real heel change, and they're just going to go in that direction. I mean, Tamina's never really been a face, I guess you could say. She's just been kind of in her lane the whole time she's really been there.
She's been face with Santino Morella. Playing the ukulele.
Oh. Dark times.
But this one to me is Nia and Shayna are just unstoppable. It is what it is. Somehow this match I feel like is going to be like that fluke victory, and it's going to be like that roll up pin. But this is the one for me that's going to be my either destroy me or make my record better. I'm going to say Natalya and Tamina are going to win this. This is almost hard for me to say, honestly, but I think it's going to go there. I think this is actually going to go their way for the first time. I'm confused. I really don't know. I'm confused. Marcus, help my confusion. Who do you think is going to pull this one out?
Well, as I said yesterday, that if they decided to push Natalya and Tamina, I'm all in for it if they win the championship. Because I need to see Tamina with gold because she's been around for so long and has never won a title.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like going off of what I said yesterday is like, I have to say it again tonight because otherwise I'm going to feel like I just shortchanged myself and I went back on my word. So I'm going to say that it's going to be Tamina and Natalya winning their first ever tag team championships.
Dig it. BP, help my confusion as well too.
Plus, all it takes is one sweet chin music to the face, and then like Nia Jax is going to fly out the ring anyway. So,
and scream my hole,
my hole,
my hole.
I'm mad they made that a running thing. I honestly did not think WWE was going to run with that, and they did.
I honestly don't know why they would have Tamina and Nat win the tag team turmoil to not win the titles, and I also think that they probably want Baszler back in the women's title picture. You would think the singles title. So, and there'll probably be a pop if Nia gets the pin. If she's the one that's pinned, I don't know. This whole thing is just so. I'm gonna go with Nat and Tamina.
You have to.
Yes. Glorious. Let us all go down in flames.
The women's tag team division is like, if it needs an injection of life, and this is the time to give it to it because there's nothing else you can do with Shayna and Nia as a tag team at this point. Like, we know
Nia and Shayna as a tag team is boring to me. Like,
it really is. Like, you know, it's just, we get it. They're dominant. We can move on now. You know,
like, can they do something else? Can they just like be dominant and be smart?
Something, you know. But I for the sake of just wanting something new, I'm going to pick Natalya and Tamina. And also, yes, Tamina does deserve it. You know, but just we need to do something.
Tenure. She has tenure. Like, come on.
When was the last time Nat had a title?
SmackDown Women's Championship.
When?
Back when they were cycling through, like, just everybody was getting a turn with it. I guess
I think that was she didn't have it for that long. I feel like she won it on. She may have even won that on SmackDown. I don't even think that was a pay-per-view.
She won it on a Monday and lost it on a Wednesday.
Probably. No, and that's exactly how I think it went. I think it was almost like a rematch, and she ended up losing it. But she didn't have it that long. But definitely the SmackDown Women's Champion she had for a very brief time. But that was the only one. So yeah, we're all either 100% victory here, or y'all, we are all going down in flames with this one. I don't know. And the other thing too is, you know what? They could win. But you know what? They may end up winning by DQ. Or either they ended up getting counted out or
August
something.
August 20th, 2017 SummerSlam.
I would rather eat a jean jacket than to see a count out at this stage in the game at WrestleMania. Listen, we get enough of that on a regular week-to-week basis. Do not spoil the pay-per-view. Like, y'all did great. Y'all didn't do any of that. Any of the things that y'all.
What if they take out Nia Jax before the match at WrestleMania and it's just Shayna Baszler in a 2-on-1 handicap match?
I'll be honest with you. That is actually not such a bad idea. Take out at least one.
Hey yo! If they do that, hire me, WWE. Hire me.
Take out one of them. Lock one of them in the dressing room or something, and they can't get out. Like,
oh my god, getting locked.
Hey, careful what you wish for, because they could do Nia Jax goes down and she's replaced by, and then you hear Charlotte Flair's music.
Oh god!
Stop! Oh no! Oh no! Stop!
But you know what's sad is that would not be a surprising thing. Nia would be the one to get locked away, and it would be Charlotte and Shayna Baszler.
And then we continue down this.
I don't think so. I think if Charlotte were to if Charlotte were to show up tonight for something,
but what if it's Becky instead?
No, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
If Charlotte shows up, I feel like it's going to end up being a Charlotte, Becky, potentially Bayley type thing. Like, I feel like the three of them somehow are either going to be at each other's throats or they're going to become like besties. I don't know.
Becky and Bayley, at least, for WrestleMania, if they were to, if she were to pop up backstage or something and they just happen to run into each other, I see something like that happening. Like I said, if I want Becky Lynch to stay out of things until Raw, because I feel like that's where she's going to make the biggest impact.
Well, she's teasing it again.
Yeah,
like, she did do the post with the night one. If you did all the first letters, and then she made another post today about night 2. So it just could be with her messing with our emotions, or she's just saying I'm there. Like, I think that may be what those posts are just saying is that, I'm here, like I'm backstage.
I feel like if she was there, they would have, or if she was in the crowd, maybe they would have like, hey, there's Becky.
Nah, I don't think they would do that. They'll keep her in the back, keep her away from everything, just like you said.
Yeah.
And then probably tomorrow, she's gonna come out. Look, I was backstage. I watched all your, whether it's she's thinking about the Raw Women's Championship or whether she decides SmackDown. Because at this point now we'll be close to the draft, so who knows? She could just so she could just be at least about to just put everybody on notice. I think let
Asuka take a break.
Does she change her name from the man to the mom?
Hey, that I don't have a complaint. She's a mom.
Right.
She's a mom. So hey, I have no complaints with that at all. But she's the man mom.
The mom man.
Mom man. Okay, we're not going to go down that road. We're not going that road. All right, so Natalya and Tamina. So we're all on point, or we're all going down in flames. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. We're committed to it. All right. Now, speaking of, we kind of briefly talked about this, but the next one is actually going to be for the Raw's Women's Championship, and that is Asuka versus Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley.
Damn, I don't even think I have to ask the question then. Nope. So I got there's 2, so I'm gonna say mine's is the third. BP
fourth.
Yes, glorious.
I love Asuka. I know she needs a vacation right now, and this is going to help her get her much deserved vacation.
I hope Kairi Sane's there, just on the boat.
I've been hoping, like, that was supposed to be the last day when they first announced WrestleMania 36 and it was in Florida. They had the pirate ship going. I was like, yo, this is going to be Kairi Sane's night. Didn't happen.
Nope.
Didn't happen. And then she ended up going back to Japan. So I hope somehow, in some shape or form, they are able to bring her over, even if it's just to talk to Asuka for a minute and she can get on that boat and take a picture or something.
Right.
I need it. But Rhea and Asuka, I think, has the potential to be a phenomenal match. At this point, I think we talked about this. Asuka has pretty much beaten everybody at this point. I think she has gone through everybody that there is to go through. Rhea, I think, would be definitely a good challenge for her, but I think this is the one that maybe she just can't overcome, or she takes that fluke finisher. She gets hit with a super kick or something that just she can't come back from. I wouldn't mind seeing Asuka going, if they do the draft again and she goes to SmackDown and then she just goes over there and creates hell. I think that would be a good opponent to see Bianca take on, and that would be an awesome one for her to beat and retain the championship.
Right.
Like, Bianca's already stapled herself as being a force and being the one. And if she were to beat Asuka, I think that just gives her run even more of a meaning. Like, I think she's got the credit from being in NXT. I think she's got the credibility. We've seen the way she works. We've seen the way she operates. We've seen what she does now. Like, I'm expecting Bianca to be champion for a good while, but I think they got to be able to throw somebody at her that's going to create that challenge. Now, don't get me wrong. Naomi can potentially be the one for it. Shayna could potentially be the one for it. Like, there's so many different ways that they could go with this for it. Sins out there is like Asuka. He thinks Asuka's gonna retain. Like, you know what? And if she does, it wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah, like, if she does,
I wouldn't be surprised if she did. But going for like future opportunities, she needs to get rid of the belt. They need to move the belt.
They need to move.
And plus, like they literally just pushed Rhea Ripley in and hype Rhea Ripley, and so it's just like you've got to follow the hype on this one.
You got
one time you follow the hype.
What if Ahsoka? Sorry, I'm a big Star Wars fan. What if Asuka wins tonight and loses to Becky tomorrow?
See, I haven't put my finger on which. I feel like one of the championships is going to happen tomorrow, and I just haven't put my finger on which one it's going to be. There is no Money in the Bank briefcase, so that anomaly is not out there. But I feel like somebody is going to end up doing. See what my man Tony threw up here. Royal Rumble should have come over with the last NXT years. Royal Rumble lost momentum and shouldn't win her first match. Oh, Rhea Ripley, my bad.
I said Royal Rumble myself.
I think we all. There's too many double alliterations. Like there's too many. Royal Rumble, Rhea Ripley, Roman Reigns. Is there another one?
Army. God damn it.
There's a lot of them, but I think Rhea could do. I mean, she had the awesome match with Charlotte. Like I thought that was pretty solid. Dope Vegeta outfit, by the way, for those anime fans out there that she rocked on that night. But I definitely think her out in WrestleMania could be the start for something for her. I know it's the first Mania. Like Asuka, like they could shift her to SmackDown. I think she's dominated on Raw. I mean, she's dominated everybody. I think they need to throw her on SmackDown. Let her go over there. Her and Bianca can have a little feud. I don't think I'd be mad with that. Give us heel Asuka for that, and I think I'd be in for that.
Has Sasha Banks ever beat Asuka?
That's a negative.
No, I think that's a negatory.
I think that's a negative. Even in it, definitely didn't happen in NXT because Asuka's undefeated. Yeah. Like they managed to keep that intact by just relinquishing the belt when she left. So they kept that streak intact. I give them props for that. You guys should have did that with Taker, but you kept her streak intact. So I don't know. But that's another one. So either we're all gold or we are all going down in flames together. I like it. I like it.
Edge.
So damn, you didn't even let me announce the match. I mean, some people out there may not actually even know what's going on here. All right, well we know yours. I'll pencil that in.
But I already said my choice yesterday. I'm just reaffirming. I'm reaffirming. And since Sin is in the chat, if Edge does not win, I will not talk shit about One Piece for a month.
For a month.
You know what? I'll up the ante. 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
I don't even think you can.
Okay. We'll hold you that. Hey, Sin, you heard that? It's recorded. So hey, I can pull that. I can pull that little segment out, and you can post that on your social media, whatever you want to do. So you have that evidence there. But it's there, good to go. But he already. Hey, Tony said make it a year. Tony said make it a year.
I'll do a year if Daniel Bryan wins.
Ooh. Okay, so there's 2 stipulations to that. My man says all for it. Let's go. He's for it. But for those that may not know what it is right now, let me go ahead and throw this up. But this is for the triple threat match. This is for the Universal Championship between Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, and Edge. Now, the way the triple threat ended up becoming a thing, like Daniel lost, and like I almost don't understand why he got thrown in the match, other than one scripting type of thing. We'll but I don't.
That's it.
Hey, Fox Writers.
He got thrown in here. So let me go ahead. Marcus, let me put down you Edge before I don't write this down. And I'm gonna put a big star next to that, and put Daniel wins because I need to put the One Piece thing. I need to make sure I got that down myself. But so this match it's a little crazy. Now, Definitely Edge originally, because there may be a change for me, so I may defer to somebody else first. Edge is actually, as obviously, was my first choice to pull this victory out of this match. There's a good chance that I don't think that is going to happen. I'm going to hold mine. I'm going to have my prediction to be the last one. I want to see where this goes. So, Sean, I'm going to start with you. I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you think is going to pull away with the championship win here?
Like everything else, I have to talk myself into a solution. So, on the first hand, we have Daniel Bryan, who, as you said, he just kind of like he weaseled his way into the match. Now, because people have gotten screwed before, but it doesn't matter. Like when it comes to certain traditions and stuff, it just didn't matter. Like I think how Shawn Michaels ended up getting into the triple threat match in WrestleMania 20. It was just like, it doesn't happen often, but I do understand that it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And with the most major thing being that Edge did kind of cost in the match, even though he did kind of start so Daniel Bryan's been convincing me, especially, after his match with Roman, just, mano a mano, and just watching how that made a believer out of me. Now we got Roman on the other hand. I feel like his reign isn't done, but is it? What? Who else is there for him on the main roster? For him to, because that's what that's kind of like what I'm basing my decisions off of. How long have you been champion? Who do you have to go up against?
Get out of the chat, Tony.
Actually, Tony, I'm gonna pop that up because you know what? I'm not upset with that. I actually think that could be legitimate. What happens? Because Daniel has kind of hinted that this is that last run for him.
I just wanted to prove it.
So
I could do it. Yeah, I like that angle.
I can see that, which would set up something kind of interesting because we haven't seen necessarily a vacant major title. Something happened where they've had to do like a tournament, probably since one of them has gotten injured and we had to work up to it, or just giving the belt to somebody. So I think that could create an interesting scenario where
that in itself kind of feels like, if I were Edge, I'd be mad at that too. I'd be
exactly
heated, because it's like, now I didn't get the one-on-one match, then you ended up losing the triple threat match, and then now I have to go through a whole tournament when, in all reality, like, I should be afforded the same opportunity as everyone else. No one else got to wiggle their way into the match. If I was Edge, I would be full on like Bobby Lashley incensed if that happened. So with that being said, I think I'm going to have to go with Edge.
Edge. Is that your final answer?
I think I'm going to have to go with Edge because, like I said, with Roman, unless you're bringing back like Brock or something, I don't know.
Don't you dare. Don't you even dare.
Or look, the only other thing that somebody told me
next year,
if Roman retains, the only way that they can end the show is with The Rock coming down saying, "Hey, we going at it next WrestleMania."
Oh, that ain't happening.
Now we know that that's not happening.
That ain't happening. That may happen eventually.
That's why I'm saying, like, him retaining, there's got to be something else that follows that, and that's the kind of the only thing that makes sense, for Roman in that aspect. There's been no tease of anything else, so yeah, I gotta go with Edge because at the very least they can kind of fumble their way into something with Daniel Bryan for a while, maybe. Maybe the Usos come back and then now Roman's got to deal with the Uso brothers. I don't know, but there's got to be something.
Is it Jimmy or Jay that's supposed to be coming back?
It be
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I say Edge is because if Edge wins, it takes the belt off Roman. That means he can have his rematch, and then they could bring back Jimmy and have Jimmy and Jay try to usurp Roman and get him back into normalcy. That's an actual family storyline that can work with Edge being champion. If Bryan wins and retires, it's like,
what was the point?
Exactly.
I get it. Tony's like, Bryan wins, Edge snaps Concerto, ending Bryan, hence retires. I mean,
I want to say, didn't he give him the Concerto already?
No, he just destroyed him he just destroyed him and Roman with the chair. But he did state that now he is back to being the rated R superstar. So Concerto's definitely in the mix here. So all right, I got you for Edge.
Him with that execution.
BP, who do you have? There we go. You about to get us a strike on the channel? Like I don't know what. You about to get us a strike?
Right, today's the 10-year anniversary of Edge retiring, right? And he had to give up the belt. Didn't he win the Royal Rumble on another anniversary?
Right.
Like the story's been written. It's been on the table in front of us. Like he's going to win, and I'm all for it. I love me some Edge. I think it sets up another match with just Roman later down the line.
Yeah.
I don't see him doing anything to injure, retire Daniel Bryan, considering that Edge had to retire because of an injury. I just don't think that Adam Copeland would do that. I really do think they've set this up, that the pop of Roman losing and Edge winning. Then again, if Roman wins, that white hot visceral heat the next night is going to be Boo City.
You're right, and that's what I like. And like I am so torn because yes, you were on point with this. The story is beautiful. It's all in place for Edge. It's all there the right way. I love it. There's just that what if.
Imagine his episode of Icons after this. Because I just did Beth's, and just imagine the Edge Icons episode where they talk about the retirement, the forced retirement, losing the belt, coming back, winning the Royal Rumble, coming back, winning at WrestleMania.
Like, those are things that you can just kind of hear Michael Cole saying.
Oh yeah, he'll absolutely say that.
That's why I have to go with that, because that just sounds like what's most natural going to come out of his mouth.
And a bold prediction: he wins and he gets a rated R Universal belt.
I need that.
That would be so sick.
If they get my money
for Daniel Bryan, stick of the merch sales alone,
alone.
This is a cash cow.
Because I know they like to do them little promos on pay-per-view nights with the belts, man. Look, I don't know.
Oh well, they ain't gonna be 40% off. That ain't gonna be no one. Oh hell no,
I know that's not gonna be.
That's full price.
Off.
You ain't getting nothing off of that one. You ain't getting nothing off of that one. Because they did that. Matter of fact, when Kofi won, you know they had the sale going on. Matter of fact, some of the shirts were on sale actually there, which was a little crazy. But as soon as the night was over, that new title Kofi shirt was right up there, and thing was like, oh no. This is full blown like $30. Like you buying this one, you ain't getting no discount on there. But I've been torn with this match. Obviously because of the fact the whole Edge story, it's there. It's written out the way that it should. The only thing I will say is I don't think Daniel is going to win this match. That's the one piece of this is I don't think he's going to win. It's between Edge and Roman for me. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper and say, like, I think it's going to be Edge. And I think, sadly, Daniel's going to be the one to take the pin, which leaves Roman to be extremely upset because you know what? He lost the belt, but he didn't lose the belt.
Didn't pin me.
And the whole thing about, you know, having the extra person thrown in the match. Like, I feel like this story is going to continue because where Roman is at in developing what they've made his character, I do not want to see this end anytime soon. Like I love it, and whether it's they decide to continue it on SmackDown and build back to the Universal, or maybe if draft happens, I'm sure it will. But it's like if they do the draft and maybe he ends up on Raw, maybe he's going to end up starting to go for the WWE Championship. I feel like there's going to be some build still with that story. Like, I do not want this to stop. In game,
they would just swap titles though. He wouldn't have to earn it. They would just swap titles.
True. In game though, I do see the Rock thing happening. Like, I feel like the head of the table. Like, I want to see that unfold. Even if that is obviously a whole nother year from now, they can drop seeds. Like, at some point, the Rock just hinting,
right.
you think you the head of the table, but like
I want him to drop it during the show, during the Young Rock.
You never get 1-on-1 with the great one.
But Roman will be the head of the table, but the Rock is the one that bought the house. So
right.
I feel like there's something. I bought the land.
The company since you was in diapers, boy.
So like I just feel like there's so much story there. Daniel, I think still. There's no saying that just after Mania he's just going to instantly retire. Like, he said that this is that last streak that he's on, which means he still could come back and do something else. Don't know, but
he's going to go home, be a nice stay-at-home dad, and be on the total Bellas and just live his happy life.
They're going to do the switch because the Bellas did say at one point that they want to try to go for the tag team, the women's tag team championships, which means
they need a manager.
Let's jump back right quick. They may try to come out and throw their names in for those tag ones. I don't want to see it, but it's inevitable. I think it's going to happen. It's almost like those were made for them. Like they've never been able to do anything together per se. One has always been champion, and the other one's just been there supporting. So probably won't happen. But yes, I am going to say Edge. I just think Edge winning. The story has been laid out the way that it has. It's perfect for him. At the same time, it still keeps Roman's story open where he can continue. And if they do bring Jimmy back, Jimmy and Jay behind him, and you give them the tag belts, like the Usos as tag team champions is gold. Like, give them the run back
to the
and
have penitentiary,
and just have the whole family. Like, if you could at one point just have this whole family with the belt, or the whole table to have the championships.
It needs to be like Evolution, except a little bit less like Evolution.
It'll be more like the main event Mafia.
Hey, I'm cool with that. Yeah. And Tony's right on my. Brian will work backstage, GM or performance center.
He's not going away for sure.
He is not going away. Yeah. No, that is a definite. If they have my man working with new talent at the performance center, I am 100% behind that.
Yeah.
If he develops another technical wrestler that's on his level and his caliber to do it, I am for that.
Especially because Sean, he's already said. I'm pretty sure he's already said it somewhere that he's the one who trained Daniel Bryan, right?
So, and that whole Daniel's not going nowhere.
Generationally makes perfect sense.
Even if they do the whole general manager thing again, and when we go down that road, Daniel's not going away.
They need to fix the whole general manager.
I don't think we'll have that come back.
What the whole purpose of that is going to be, because if it's to be an authority figure, boy, it's not working.
I don't need that back. I don't think when they did the anonymous Raw general manager, did we ever actually
talk about that?
A face behind that? I don't think we ever got a face
caring. That. Like, if it wasn't like Eric Bischoff and them, like, it just didn't. I think maybe John Laurinaitis was all right, but
it was me, Austin.
It was me all along.
The power of positivity. Like, no. It wasn't called power positivity. It was like people power. There we go.
People power.
Never again.
People power.
Never again. Like, because it wasn't actual people power. No.
Like, just the dastardly authority figure. That was just something that I feel like if you can't keep that essence of that, then you just need to because.
I dig it.
Adam Pearce, I want him to see him throw hands, like just a little bit.
I thought we were actually going to get to see that.
We were. And that would have been a good, development thing. Okay, so while he might not be the dastardly GM, he still got some hands behind him. So you can't just try the authority figures anytime you want. But
true. All right, but we're all on Edge. It's another one.
Literally.
We're either going down in flames together, or we got this planned out. So, all right. So I dig it. So we definitely have some similar choices, but then there's definitely some different choices in here. So I think we'll have a clear cut winner. So as long as I'm pretty sure the triple threat is going to be the main event for night 2. There's just no way around that. So that we're gonna say that's gonna be triple points there. So see, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter.
It probably doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter because
the one that's going to set us apart is the Big E match.
Right.
That is where that is where it's either going to be
and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Yeah. So potentially, some of us could potentially have some horrible prediction scores here because Edge losing, Rhea Ripley losing, Nat and Tamina losing, Riddle losing. That literally that's immediate 4 losses on all of our scorecards.
I could literally go over tonight.
Right there. So Kevin and Sami, Randy and the Fiend are definitely gonna be the definitives. They kind of separate our scorecards between us. So this one's gonna be fun. So
hey, for WWE, if I got all these wrong, I would actually be very happy. They've been pretty predictable for a couple of years now, so this would be awesome to be completely.
That's how it was about last night. Like, I got 3 of them wrong, but I initially with everything that I said, I wanted to happen, and I'm glad that I was wrong. So.
I dig it. No, I definitely dig that. So, all right, cool. So we got solid picks here. Now just a little thing before we go. Also, let's just what we talked about beforehand. Let's Bianca Belair. We're gonna wrap the show with this. Bianca Belair, new SmackDown Women's Champion,
first ever African American woman champion.
Man, when Cole said it, I was like, "Boy, you better say that shit."
Well, no, Cole messed up. So Cole kind of messed up when I forget which one part it was he said, but he messed something up when he closed out the part of it for it. So
I'm pretty sure he did, but no, it was I think before the match when they was like, this is the first black women first time 2 black women are main eventing WrestleMania. I don't know what he said after that, but
to end the show, he said that'll do it for Friday night's WrestleMania, and I was looking around like
I was like, wait, what?
For like 10 minutes, I was super confused what the hell day it was.
I had to rethink everything. I was like,
no, okay, I know they had him saying the SmackDown WrestleMania thing. That I know that messed him up because the Friday's SmackDown and WrestleMania, they made a whole thing.
It should just I guess WrestleMania should just been 3 nights. I don't know what that whole entire thing was.
Technically, I guess it ended up being 3 nights because they threw those 2 matches in there.
I guess technically, but overall, I think Bianca winning, we were all 100% happy with that. Definitely. I think the ending of her. Just the genuine excitement of her winning that match, I think, was just absolutely amazing.
Bro, when she got in the ring, it was like tearing up and crying
beforehand.
And she had to. They literally had to give her like extra time to calm down.
Sasha was looking at her like she was starting to tear up too.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
That was awesome. It's like I love Sasha. Like, unfortunately, her record at Mania it's perfect. It's
title defense record.
It's perfect. It's perfect in the wrong way, but she definitely
doesn't hurt her.
She has the power to create awesome matches, and this is another one to be added onto that list. And I think Bianca, like the other people, her father almost jumped the
barrier.
The damn barrier and the excitement. I thought that was at first I didn't realize that was him, so I was just like, yo. I was like, yo, fan. Yeah, I was like, yo, calm down. Like, calm down. But then it was like, that was her father almost. I was like, so it was just the sheer emotion around this was absolutely amazing. And then just seeing, social media blowing up everywhere, like people that probably never watched wrestling. That was an interesting piece. Is I had people on my timeline on Twitter that don't watch wrestling but did tune in.
They got behind just
because of this. In the same thing, because a lot of people had Peacock. So that's a lot of thing I want to throw out there as well too. People that had access to Peacock before this, when WWE got thrown into it, this was something new, and they went ahead and watched Mania just because of the fact it was there. So Peacock has created something here because people were watching this that had never watched a WWE product before, and this match created an absolute. It probably created some new fans, which
It did.
I think
it should have.
But
no shenanigans, no outside interference. Like I said, everything that I was worried about yesterday.
Like, I half expected Sasha to like tie her hair up outside of the ring, so she would have to take time and unknot it to get back into the ring. Right. And I was just like, that would have been like so cheesy, no. But I would have been all for it.
Because I know it's like, you can use her hair against her, but I mean, like, boy, she know how to use that thing against you.
If she would have tied her hair up instead of like trying to take the time to untie it, she just unclipped it. That would have been.
I'd have lost it. I would have lost it. But like for now, that's a part of her personality. That is a part of her persona. Right. It is not going away.
She's got a Sasha's personality now too.
Hey, I need to know if Sasha has permanent damage. Sasha may have permanent damage from that whip because like the hair whip. Like, I know I whipped my hair back. Like, that was not expected. The whole front, like, if you got, like, I know you guys probably noticed, but, like, the whole front row typically on the camera-facing side are the same cats that are there, like, at every single show. But even them, like, just did not expect, and everyone stood up. Because that whip echoed, like, it went through the whole...
It sounded like her entrance music was playing again.
All I know is that Sasha had that long whip scar. Like, I think that's permanent. That's permanent damage.
I went back to make sure. I went back to make sure. I was like, yo, did they play the sound effect from her entrance music to like kind of boost it a little bit? And I was just like, no, that was
legit.
It was
that's legit.
And like, and other weapons, like I've never seen. Kendo sticks have left, whelps and bruises, and we've seen people get hit with whips in WWE before
with the strap.
Yeah, when Cody got belt whipped by MJF, like he was covered in welts. That's a cut.
That's a gash.
So here's for a fact,
y'all never did the whole bandana.
Oh, I most certainly have done that.
That was a wet bandana whip.
Right.
Ooh. Boy,
all I know is, how do you think she keeps her hair so moist?
That is not
like, right. That's that shea butter.
That was serious, and I wouldn't be. It was surprised if Sasha ended up holding on to that.
Get DQ. That's a weapon right there.
Hey, I feel like the ref probably thought about that. Like, oh wait,
he made a decision there.
Like, oh man, do I need to call this?
You call that foul on Jordan in the fourth quarter, and you ain't gonna make it to the next playoff game. I promise you.
Dog, like. That was I thought that made the moment.
Ref was like, all right, she been pulling her hair for like all match. All right, we'll give her this.
Right,
we'll give her that one.
Call that square. You had that coming. You call that square. Keep pushing.
But that at the end too also built and made that moment because it was like everyone was on their feet when that happened because that hurt. That hurt. Everyone felt it. But to seal the victory up, and it was a clean, just like you said, it was a clean win. Like there was no outside interference. Like this was Bianca under her own skill, her own power to take that win. I'm 100% for this. I just hope that this is not one of those short-lived things. I hope they let her hold on to this belt and she defends this thing and she's already created a name for herself. Now I just need her
legacy
just to create that legacy and keep going. Cause
get the belts back on the Street Profits, have them run a little trio.
Yeah, do that. Run that little program for like a month or two. Man,
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Like
I'm great with that.
I was half expecting Montel to just like run to the ring. And
I did. No. I didn't. No,
bad man.
I didn't because he waited until when she got up to the top of the ramp.
Yeah.
He picked her up. But no, I guarantee you, my man wanted her to have her moment. I guarantee
you. I was thinking about that too. I
guarantee you,
with the back just waiting.
All the fiber in his body, he had to stop himself from running down that ramp to the ring. Like he let her have that moment, and like
that's just beautiful, bro.
Because honest truth is, WrestleMania moments are there for some people, one in a lifetime, and Bianca may never have this opportunity ever again. And I am happy that she was able to take this championship at Mania on the grandest stage of them all and to close out the night
with the fans.
And I think that was the fans created that atmosphere once again that we just haven't seen in a while. everyone at the beginning of the show when Vince came out and was inviting the fans, like you could see in the faces of the superstars that were standing on the stage, it was love. They showed like when the fans were standing outside waiting to get into the stadium, they had the barrier separating where the stars actually came. So normally, a lot of times when the stars come in, they try to keep them kind of away from everybody. It was almost like this time they wanted the fans to be able to see the stars enter the stadium, and it was like everyone just got teary eyed. Like even Xavier Woods when it first came on, they interviewed him. He was like, "Hey, just know, like right now, I'm trying to keep composure and keep my energy because I need this for later." But just know, I was like super excited walking in here, and it was fans and everything. It was dope. But Bianca putting the exclamation mark on night one, it was absolutely beautiful, and I thought night one went small little hiccups, but I thought night one was flawless almost. Even with the rain delay, like the rain delay came, it shut everything down for a little bit.
Messed up a couple people's movesets last night. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that tonight.
I don't know. The weather looked like it's better for the night, so I don't think they have to worry about that. But I will say before we leave, the rain delay though I think did create some organic stuff that we normally wouldn't see. When they had to quickly shift gears and they started having everyone come cut promos, do these interviews and stuff, I thought that was actually pretty solid.
They came to everybody that they knew could put on something on the fly, and nobody I thought, like I said, when they went to Braun, I was just like, oh, see, here's where it derails, and then I was just like, wow, I was pleasantly surprised, like, oh, come to find out he can actually talk and do an actual promo if you let him. And I really feel like they need to drop his whole gimmick. Just needs, I'll allow him to say, go get these hands, but don't make him fumble through an entire sentence, right? Don't make him fumble through an entire sentence and then that's all I get.
I get it, but overall, night one was a success. So I have no complaints there. Gentlemen, once again, I thank you for taking the time out to do this prediction show here. Now, we got a few hours to prepare ourselves for either some of the best predictions ever or potentially the worst predictions. I didn't actually bring my belts upstairs. I got too lazy. My belts are downstairs tucked away.
I have a big gold belt with NWO spray painted on it.
Oh, that's it. I didn't bother. My belts are tucked away. I didn't bring them up here. So, but we'll bring them back here. But either
mine is safely tucked away on Amazon. It's safe. It's safe on Amazon still. I got all the belts.
Oh, and hey, big shout out birthday to the legend Goldust, aka Dustin Rhodes today.
Happy birthday there, good sir.
Definitely. I was just watching one of his promos with Booker T the other day.
Also,
nice. They were great,
Marty
man.
Scurll,
they were great.
It's officially back. Marty Scurll.
I saw his picture. That's gonna be it. We're going. What promotion was it? I just saw him upload the picture. I didn't see where it was at. Marcus, where was he at?
They didn't say where he was at. Like, but I believe it's supposed to be New Japan. Is where he's supposed to be at? Is New Japan.
We're looking at that. I'm gonna look at that as soon as we get off here. Well, one of the things I'll do when we first get off here. But thank you, gentlemen. What I'm gonna do last time wrap up. If you guys want to kind of go through, let people know where you can find you at, because like everyone in the chat knows we like to follow everybody, keep tracks on everybody, especially Marcus. Everyone's gonna need to follow you, because if your predictions don't come out right, we're gonna keep you to that One Piece thing. I know Sin, if he's still there, he gonna make sure of that. But let's go around. So Marcus, go ahead. You can let everybody know where they can find you at.
It's your boy. You can find me on Twitch at OV Corporation, or on Facebook, Arcana Legends, where we're currently making our own comic and our own card game. That's pretty much where you can find me. I stream like pretty regularly, so that's where I'm at. Also, One Piece is trash, and you should watch Attack on Titan.
He gonna get it
it's
in
forever trash. Watch anything else. Matter of fact, go watch JoJo. And I don't even like JoJo. Go watch JoJo.
BP.
Black Squadron Studios is where you can find me anywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I make a lot of stuff, custom wrestling figures. Like I'm working on a custom Cody Rhodes right now from his last Ring of Honor, where he was Metal Gear Solid.
Dope.
Yeah, BP stuff is fire. If you ever see him.
And on Twitch, BLK Squadron, I stream Call of Duty, Star Wars Battlefront, Retromania, and soon to be MLB 21, the show.
Oh yeah, same here. Game Pass. That's a whole nother discussion later on. Sean.
All right, so you can find me on IG for right now at Free Groove Nation. Do all my music there. I'll be making more announcements as to some of the things are coming. Like I got a comic in the work. I'm probably gonna start streaming. I just got my PS5, so
Nope, still don't have a PS5 yet. That's
Hey,
eluding me.
look,
I got a Series X, so I'm good there.
Exactly.
You want to know where I found it at? Dell, of all places.
Oh yeah, no. Oh
yeah, like
I
never would have checked there. And well, my homeboy, he actually checked there and found it for me. I was just like, man,
take my money, get it.
Take my money, exactly.
Take my money, get it.
So
I dig it, man.
I'm coming back up. I'm coming back up into the scene. So you'll get all your announcements there.
I dig it. For me, jokes, you guys know, Loading Snacks everywhere, social media. You just at Loading Snacks. I don't care where it is. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything. Yeah, I normally do drop it. You know what? I should do that. Shut your mouth. Let me go ahead and grab that. I wasn't prepared for that, actually. But
don't worry, sir. I'm keeping him in check. I got you.
He's keeping me in check. I actually got some homework I got to do because tomorrow's Monday. So not only we'll be watching wrestling, but also Spoiler Boys will be dropping.
Spoiler Boys.
And so appreciate that. So we'll be reviewing that Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 4. I'm finishing up and wrapping that up. Yeah. I'm wrapping that up because we cannot have a tobacco like we did a couple weeks ago. I got to make sure that gets up. But this week, everything was, you should have the typicals, LS Weekly, cutscenes, Friday, naturally, it's Twitch streaming night. So we're going to be playing something over there. I don't quite know what it is yet. It could be Outriders again. I'm not sure. But guys, just Loading Snacks across the board, everywhere that you can find us. There is a TikTok, but we're not dancing on there. So Gage said there's something that he has in plan, but it scares me.
No matter what Gage said, inverted is not the way, unless you're playing an aircraft game.
Even then,
those are fighting words. But
yeah,
for everyone here and myself, Jokes, we appreciate you guys taking the time out in the chat and watching. But it's WrestleMania Night 2, y'all. I'm about to actually go watch Broken Skull podcast sessions. It's 2 hours, so I gotta put in some.
Got Peacock. I'm about to go watch that joint.
It's 2 hours. I gotta watch.
Yo, if you just got Peacock, watch the Yokozuna icons and the Beth Phoenix icons. They are fire.
You got homework to do. We're all about to get out here, watch some stuff. But until then, we shall catch you guys later.